Alright, a lot of stuff has changed since the last video, I'm sure. Let's see, let's start up at the front. I got the control panel on. I figured out the wiring on that. The blue is reverse, the red is reset, and the yellow is setup. Painted all this stuff. I have pre-charged the front shocks, changed the oil level in them. The one thing that's great about Fox shocks is that they're very adjustable. The terrible thing about Fox shocks is that they're very adjustable. I have finished welding and painting up the front suspension. I changed out the front steering because it was too thin. When I was cranking on the steering wheel, I was really having to crank on it, and I was like, I'm going to break something here. Probably still going to break something. Those welds look less than perfect. Moving back, I got the batteries mounted. The wood is mounted to the wing frame. The wing frame is fully welded now, air quotes fully welded. Awesome paint job done by myself. Over there, the other battery is done and installed, same as this one. And then moving back further, I am in the process of putting my battery disconnects right here. I'm going to put another one, which is hanging down there. I realized I wanted a second one right there, so I'm putting that one in. Got this battery installed, the relays installed, the fuse, although the fuse is just coming from right here, this battery right here, to there into, where is that? That's the, no, I'm sorry. That's coming from right here. This disconnect fuse is going to the main positive because that is the main positive. That's 400 volts. Right here is the main negative. That is 0 volts. So don't touch that one. I have not done anything with the back rear suspension. I haven't filled the shocks or anything. I finished welding and painting all of this stuff over here. I put on the radiator, 3D printed a mount. I've got an electric water pump that what I have in the front on the pedal, the Curtis pedal, has it to where if you push the pedal down just a little bit, it clicks. It connects a contact or a wire in there, and what I'm going to have is have that be the disconnect for the radiator. So whenever the pedal is pushed, the radiator is going to pump fluid. So it's just going to be on when I have the gas on and off when I don't have the gas on. I'm also going to put in a brake light right here. I realized I could do that with that same foot pedal. Whenever the foot pedal is off the pedal, I'm going to have it such that the brake light is on. I had also installed, forgot talking about this, I talked about years ago, but I've got the regen thumb button right there. So I will be off the gas and regenning, or off the gas and pulling the brakes, and the brake light will come on. So I think that's a good idea. I always tell everybody safety third is my motto, just like Mike Rowe. But you do need some safety, but it doesn't need to be first priority. What else? Got the wiring done. Oh, over here. So down here, I have the wire leads coming in. I don't have the connector for this motor, so I couldn't come in on the other side. So what I had to do is I had to go and cut a hole in the back of the connector. I put in some isolators, or insulators, not isolators, insulators to keep the electricity flow path not straight line of sight. It has to come out and back in. And then this is just a cover to keep people from touching it. Of course, if somebody's touching that when the gas is on, I don't know what they're doing. I have not hooked up. This is right here, the main positive and negative for the batteries. I have not hooked that to the inverter yet. I'm going to wait on that. The batteries are not hooked up at all, so I can do whatever I want. I have all the wires going from battery to battery. That all done. The wiring up front, that rest nest, is all mine. But it is close. I need to do something with the wiring, of course, get that off the ground. And there's no skid plate on this thing, which I don't like. So everything on the bottom exposed, so I got to keep that from being on the bottom. And then I also have bought 5 equalizers that are going to go on the batteries. That's one in the 3D printed box. And what I'm going to do is just probably pop rivet a piece of wood to the top of this guy. And then, or maybe riv nut, might riv nut on here So that way I can wire everything up and then put the piece of wood down and have the battery equalizers on there. And I still need to add the external switch on the battery equalizers because I don't want them on all the time because they'll just drain the batteries down. I did get the volt charger. I bought the square wave or the PWM generator for that also. I have not touched it yet. And over here, I don't know if you can see, that's just a fuse that I have in line that goes to this battery right here. So that wire goes over to that fuse. And then from there, that fuse goes over to that battery. And there's also a disconnect. Anytime you see that type of fuse, because I steal all my parts off of the C-Max plug-in hybrid, and whenever you have a fuse like that, it's attached to the disconnect also.